Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mio from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. I forgot to put my earrings. Sorry, I'm late again. It's a female time. And I had to take medicine and I was waiting for it to kick in so that I can speak. It was so difficult today. Like, it's always somehow Sunday that I feel bad. But it's good to be back. How are you guys? How have you been for the past week? Ohio, everyone. Ohio. How are you? Hello, Yoko and Hide. Hide is out. I think he's probably buying some grocery. He's at the grocery store. Because he's always he's literally the guy that brings bread on the table. Is that the expression? Yeah. From the thumbnail, I thought this was a gaming stream at first. I know it's AI. So AI generated on Grok, like using Grok on X, and then I swapped the face using another service, some random service that I found online. I'm smart, right? Because like famous people like Trump or Kamala Harris, you can generate their pictures, but non-famous person like me, you gotta swap the face. Oh, he's home. Okay, so how are you guys? I see you guys are greeting to each other. That's good. Yoko looks elegant as always. Thank you. Thank you. Yay! So let's talk about Kamala Harris because this is yesterday's newspaper, I think. But yeah. On Friday, by the way, before I get to it, I turned 39. 39-year-old Yoko. You can congratulate me, you know. It was my birthday on Friday. And, delivery. Newspaper, today's newspaper. My husband bought me newspaper. Yay. But I'm 39 years old now. Oh my gosh, guys. I turned 39 on Friday. So you can send me super chat to celebrate. That would be awesome. Okay, man, last year of me in my 30s. Time flies. It's so crazy. After I hit 35, I think it just accelerated, the time goes really, really super faster. Oh, super chat. Thank you so much, Bird Up. Always. That thumbnail is epic. Also, hello, Yoko. Hello. Thank you for coming again. As always, 誕生日おめでとう。ありがとうございます。Also, happy birthday. Thank you. Happy belated birthday, Yoko. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. We went to a good restaurant, a French restaurant. It's funny or ironic because the Olympics in France was awful, but the French dishes here are amazing. So yeah, the cuisine was so good. Yes. And yesterday we went to Kumamoto Prefecture to hit this like a museum type of, like, it's a small, really small place, but it shows the history of our past generation that fought for their belief in politics, and they actually believed in the divine power. They were very much such Shintoists. I don't like to say ist because it's different, but like it's easier for you to understand putting it like that. So yeah, Shinto people, they fought for the politics at the time. We were making our country, like the government was trying to adjust ourselves to Western standards. So samurais had to cut off their hair. They had to let go of their sword, which was part of their identity. Just like you guys have guns, they had to let go of that to be westernized. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, so then we came back had a good dinner again. We had some which dish is that? Like biryani and curry rice, so on. French food is always good around the world. Yeah. Oh, Nate, it's your third super chat. Thank you so much. Yoko Tax. Yeah, you still look 21. Aw, happy birthday. Thank you. I'm noticing. I have to kill that guy later. He just said 21. No way, not 21. Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like such a young, like, I don't know. I feel young. I feel energetic. Sometimes I am very, very, I don't know, old and feel defeated. Just like today earlier, I was feeling really defeated, but not in my heart. But yeah. Cool. Guns are not identity. It is a right which cannot be rescinded. Oh, I guess so. Then it's a little bit different because we conservatives here always compare our swords with guns, because cowboys like cowboy spirit people, in the US, they have guns are something that they carry, it's part of who they are. So we assumed that it's the same thing, but maybe not. That's an important thing. You guys care so much about your constitution. So it's a little bit different, I think. But super chat, thank you, Yoko Tax. Yes. Thank you. I wish I had a wings like that so that I could fly with a super chat. Every time I receive super chat, I feel lighter. So yeah, I have to kill this guy. So a trip to Aokigahara forest, the forest underneath the Fuji mountains. Mount Fuji. It's really Jukai. It's really awful. Somebody, what's his name? Rogan. Something Rogan. Like a big YouTuber from America. Like he filmed a corpse actually there. It was really inappropriate, but yeah, I don't know why people go there. Such a torture. Do you want to talk about Harris? Just so that I don't bore you with all the small talks. But thank you first, Bacha. But yeah, Harris. This is from yesterday. Harris. Building strong middle class. And then diplomacy, alliance, nations. She's making much of that. Really? I'm like reading this. I'm like, what is this joke? So superficial. I've never heard of her saying that, like middle class. Really? I don't have any impression of her like believing in this type of policy. This is Trump's policy. He's been saying that since the first time when he ran for 2016 election, he was talking about middle class. That's part of the reason why I was impressed, because Obama, for example, with Obamacare, I heard that it would have affected the middle class. And the policies that Obama was taking, it was attacking middle class. And because Trump noticed it and, had policies for it, he was supported. That's my understanding. So Harris saying this, that's why I put Copycat in today's title. She's a copycat. And it's interesting though, because I come from another country, right? In Japan and America, of course, we have strong alliance. And this tactic is interesting because her policies are getting closer to Trump. It could work because, like, if you look at the election that just took place recently in the UK, I believe, UK, leftist party, they didn't go extremely they hid their extreme leftistness, and their policies were like moderate, right? Like that's the same thing for the right wings as well in Europe. Like they're hiding their extreme ideology, and then speaking more to people with their moderate policies, and it worked. Whether they're right wing or left wing, it just works, right? And Harris probably learned the pattern. Harris team probably learned the pattern from Europe. I don't know, or maybe they're thinking themselves, I don't know, but it could work. But then me, at first I was thinking like, oh, Trump, like, can I trust Trump after all the purge, around him? Those who remain now around Trump are those who are loyal to him. And is that a good thing politically? Like there are concerns, like sometimes he might need to be stopped, because he's a human still. So you need to have like well-balanced surroundings, right? Yeah, so I was unsure, right? And then he got attacked by like he almost got assassinated, and because of that, basically, it's a attack like that is an attack against democracy, and I cannot tolerate it. And that's a big reason why now that I decided to support him like publicly again, because it's the right thing to do. Like attack against him like that is an attack against you guys, Americans, that want freedom, and your enemies are not standing on the same page, right? Like we have to agree on the premise, like a foundation of politics, and your opponents are not being on they're not standing on the same ground. So I want to oppose to that, right? And Harris now says like, oh, middle class. And at first I thought like, it doesn't really make a difference, between Trump and Harris much. Like seeing from another country, like right now it's Biden administration, but we are doing well, right, on a national level or governmental level, because that's how strong our alliance is. And but then Harris is becoming more and more like the good side of the Democratic Party for another country, people like myself in other countries. What's good about the Democratic Party is that they are hawkish when it comes to China or all this military interference, right? Like you guys don't want your tax to be used for other countries. But me, coming from other countries, of course we value, of course we believe that common values are important, like family values and education and so forth. Like it's important to have a common sense together across the borders. But like when it comes to military and national security, we welcome more of like hawkish people that we can cooperate together, right? The more America engaged and the more presence that the US has on a global stage, it's better for us, right? And probably that's why conservative people don't like it, because like you don't want to use your tax overseas. So that was the good catch of her. But now she says like, oh, middle class, it's the same as Trump, basically. Like it's still different, but on the surface, like she's saying the same thing. And then when that happens, then Trump's America is way better than Harris's America, because Trump has more common values as us, and he wants to make America stronger, right? And so, but because of this, because she is leaning towards Trump's policy, being a copycat, like why do we want the copycat version when we can just get the genuine version, right? So when I think about it, it's weird. And plus, sorry, I will get to the super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat. Also, like what's his name? Cosby, somebody on X. Our Japanese expert's friend in America who actually served the Trump administration. I think like he was part of the he was making, I believe, or supporting the policy of national security for Trump. I don't know. But somebody was saying that Harris will spend more money in Europe, and then but America has to pay more attention to Taiwan and East Asia, and like the pivot, like Harris will make a pivot to Europe while America is supposed to pivot to Asia. So he was pointing that out. He's been saying that for a while, the Ukraine case is of course important. Like my stance hasn't changed, but engaging more and more is not a good idea, right? And it's just the Biden administration's tactic about the war. Maybe they are trying to drain, like exhaust Russia, so that there will be more vulnerability. So then they can, like, by that they are creating some space to attack for Ukraine. So I get that if that's a strategy, but to me, what's been happening in the war is that it's dragging and dragging and dragging, and like Russia is losing soldiers, and there are more people inside Russia, that their husbands or their fathers, they are getting drafted and they don't want it, right? So it's getting better for us in that way, but in the meantime, Ukraine side is losing a lot of people as well, so it's not really the best way, right? And the election is coming soon in a few months now, and Trump is Trump is Trump, and he's been standing strong. And I have an impression that now Ukraine is attacking across the borders, and and Russia inside, I guess, is they are kind of losing the motivation. So things are changing, and Ukraine finally just stepped in, and that's good because if Trump is the president of the US, right, next time, then they will have to work on ceasefire deal. And when that happens, Ukraine side wants to have a good premises as well for the negotiation. So probably Trump's presence already is affecting the war too. So yeah, that's what I'm just developing my talk while I talk. So it doesn't really have a concrete point, but you know what I mean, like where I am coming from. And so Harris, even though like she tries to take or steal the good points of Trump, doesn't mean that she gets to be as good as him. Maybe the independent people or those who are swinging, they could be affected, but I don't know. These are what I'm feeling. Logan Paul. Oh yeah, I think so. Logan Paul. Thank you so much for super chat. Word up. Thank you. Kamala will build a stronger middle class by putting the class in the middle. Oh my gosh. Which is a class between the lower and the upper. So there's there's three classes, and some people are in the middle, which makes them middle class. Man, she could say that. Like, you can easily imagine her saying that. And it's interesting about Harris, by the way. When you look at her like this, or the news coverage here, we feel like as if she's actually eloquent and that as if she could actually speak. But it's so interesting. I've seen the comparison of her speech in 4 different states, and every time she's saying the exact phrases. Like she's memorized her script, and she's been saying everything word by word, she's remembered the script word by word. So every time she speaks, it's the exact same thing. It is really odd, but I can kind of understand, like after watching it, I can kind of get that, like, oh yeah, like of course she can climb the ladder, like she knows how to remember things, and then that's good for for her career. All this, like, those who are powerful in each society of the world, those who can remember things well get to a good spot, like they get a good job, right? So I realized, like, maybe she might not be a smart person, but if she can remember scripts, then that's all she needs, right? Like if she can perform. But watching her, though, speaking of which, I feel like actresses could do her job, you know? Like all they need, like all the politicians, whether it's Biden or Kamala Harris, all they need is good script. So if they have like good script writers or policy makers around her as brain, then that's all they need. That's the impression I get. Hi, I'm Kamala Harris. She, her, hers, wearing a blue suit and typing on a keyboard. Yeah. What was it? Like I saw a was it on CNBC or some media guy, the anchor or something? Like when I saw footage of Kamala Harris introducing her she, her, hers thing, and then like there was some weird move after that. I don't remember. Man, there's lots of videos and generated stuff on the X, and I always watch those. Like I can't help but looking at things like that. Anyway, I like common sense to be more common. I agree. Yeah. Overextended wars is inhuman. Yeah, money and lives are lost for ideology. Get in and get finished, get out. Yeah. What's great about Trump is that he knows how to engage and then finish. So that's good, Like Biden really made the whole thing started with Afghanistan. I think that Biden wanted some kind of legacy and then withdrew like that, and it just made the world such a world place. Oh, Yoko tags! Thank you so much for super chat! Yay! Thank you. It makes me happy. I feel relieved because I need to live. I need money. So thank you so much. Such a support from me. Thank you. I thought I had missed the live stream. Sorry, I was just late. Thank you so much for coming. Another thing that I saw at DNC footage, I saw the Democrats chanting at Biden, saying like, "Oh, we love you, right?" They were saying that to Biden. I'm like, how superficial are they? You know what I thought when I saw that? If they truly loved him, then they would have arranged his withdrawal from the beginning. Did Biden skip his age by a few years recently? No, like he was gonna be as old as he is today. We all knew that. We were able to calculate that all along. And then they didn't have the power to arrange it. And then they embarrassed him, right? Like he's old, he doesn't know where he is, and he often does different things than expected and that sort of things, and he's basically embarrassing himself to the entire world. I mean, Japan on the other side of the world, and I am looking at Biden wandering off to the stage and so on, and it's really like I felt really bad. Like as somebody that elderly, he's doing great, he's got energy, and he is still working. It's amazing. But as the president, it's really, I don't know, it makes me feel mortified, right? But Democrats put him in that spot for a long time and then replaced him with another candidate in the middle of the campaign. And then they tell him that they love him. Like, what a joke. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, why would you do that to him? Like, I feel really bad for him, his wife, his daughter too. Like, why didn't they stop him? It's so awful. They're just trying things out as they go, and they don't have a plan, and it's obvious. It shows, right? That replacement, it all shows. Like it's a representation of how they are, how they do things. It's probably the same as diplomacy too, or whatever they are doing domestically. Awful, really awful. Oh, Super Chat, thank you. So in Japan, which baths do trans people go to? The same. If they have a female body, they go to the female. If they are male, they go to the male version, I think. Because somebody tried to, like, we actually made a law, the law to promote understanding or something like that. Like it pushes the understandings of LGBT. I guess not T is included, like LGBT people or something like that, right? And some there are some misunderstandings that are going on here, and somebody thought that they can, if they self-claim their gender, then they can go into the opposite sex bath and so on, and it didn't, and they got arrested. Because nothing has changed here, basically. So yeah, it's so crazy that in Western countries, especially like Christian nations, the LGBT type of people, they have a hard time. Here too, probably, but at least like now I actually watch this gay channel on YouTube because they're so funny. They know how to brighten up people. Yeah, our gays they have common sense. So I watch one channel, and one person of that channel was saying that that he posted on X saying that I saw two boys holding hands in public, and something that he couldn't do when he was younger, and that brought joy to him, and so he skipped afterwards. And he posted like that, and I guess that there's some repression or suppression inside them. But what I hear often from like gay community here is that they are friends with gays overseas, and when they visit here, and for example, if they stay at a hotel here with two dudes at a hotel, they can easily do that here. Nobody says anything. Like, okay, one room, okay, here, do the job thing, and then they can stay. And even if they are working, holding hands together, we're like, okay, we don't care, right? Like, we care about our marriage system, but other than that, we have been tolerant. So it's, I don't know, like our country is different, and our people we don't have the same beliefs as Christian people do. So it's weird that when Western problems are brought here, as if we have the same values as Christian people. We can share values with Christian people, but we don't have Christian values, like it or not. So it's interesting. Also, thank you. Kamala's been their golden girl for a long time. That's why they smeared Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian agent. Oh yeah, after she embarrassed Kamala during a debate, and why she was propelled to VP despite no voters liking her. Oh, I was not really watching the past time, but okay. Yeah, it's so, I don't know, like when I look at America, I like watching American entertainment. That's what I do, whenever I have time. And when I watch, for example, like when I watch American TV shows or movies, because of the push by the left, like you already see all this amazing actors and actresses that are black or white or Asian or Latino or whatever. Like you see all these races, right? And I'm like, what more do you want? Like it's already achieved to my eyes. Somebody in another country. I'm like, at least on a superficial level, like what else do you need? You've got everything. Like whenever I watch a TV show, there's some black dude and white girl falling in love together without no backgrounds, and it's really unnatural and really puts me in an awkward place. But you have that, and I'm like, what more do you want? And but I guess that they need to have that on a political level. Speaking of which, though, I recently wrote an article, as I was saying, and it got published yesterday. And I put the link in the description box of this live stream so you can look at it. But can I show that? Maybe iPad is better, but I would have to stand here. Let me show you. So it's on Hanada Plus. This is the biggest. I think they are selling the most in political magazine on the right side. And this is my article. Oh, can you see? Trump's face, and yeah, Trump's truth, and Harris's real self, like how she is inside really. And I wrote an article, and then I basically talked about what Trump really means, because people attack him saying that, as I said last week, like people accuse Trump saying that, oh, he praises Putin or he praises Kim Jong-un, but in reality, he's only just, saying nonsense verbally, and then his policies that he actually takes into action, it's really tough, like severe, against North Korea and or China or whatever. So I explained that, and then where's man? This website, by the way, it has lots of advertisement. So like I have to skip and so on a lot. Where's that picture? Wait, how did I miss that? I want to show you because I am spreading this. Oh, I wrote about Kamala crash too. So I'm spreading what's important. Okay. Oh, yes. This is, see Hanada Plus, right? At the top. It's a website. And then bam! It's Sarah Carter's tweet and citing somebody else. But that's the, you see Kamala. Yes, it's on an article. Thanks to me. Now Japanese people will know. Wasn't there something else that I put here? Maybe that's it. Yeah. But yeah, I wrote about Kamala Harris and like all this even like those who understand Trump on a certain level, like sometimes they fail to understand Trump on a whole level, you know. So I have to tell people like, hey, this is how you are supposed to think. So anyway, Americans' problems in the trans women go into female baths even though women are uncomfortable. Yeah. It's foreign to me. I'm a Midwestern. The coasts are brain dead and don't represent the whole country. They just have more new. Yeah. America is really huge. I've never been to the middle part. Midwest, is it? Or I've been to Virginia, Washington, D.C., San Diego, and San Francisco. I've been to America. I have taken 2 trips in my life when I was younger. And both times I went to see different guys. So I didn't really, I was, busy looking at the guys that I was chasing after. Didn't really get to see America. But still, I kind of had a glance of America, and I didn't get to go to other places yet. I'm really hoping that Trump, becomes a president next and fixes the country so that hopefully there won't be any more vandalization and so forth, or any shooting, and then I can hopefully visit America again. I have to say that I don't want to visit America right now. I have to be honest. Like it is dangerous, right? And especially somebody Asian. There's a part that I saw a random post on X. This Japanese person, a Japanese female married to an American guy that lives in America. She was complaining about Trump, saying that if Trump takes power, then he will talk about China, and then we all look Asian. So like, especially those are not Asians cannot detect Asian differences. When we Asians look at each other, we can kind of guess like which backgrounds they have, but probably not for other race people. So and the person was saying that, if Trump takes power, and then there will be agitation against China, and then she will feel unsafe again in America. And I don't know about that, at least I don't have that sort of experience here in Japan. Everybody is Japanese, but but I'm like, why do you put yourself in that spot, in the first place? It's another country and you're not from the country. And of course people, it's like she is responsible, for her actions and choices that she's made, and she's complaining about America for that. But I feel like in the short term, there might be problems like that, but especially that the Korean people, for example, fought against Americans in America, but the race of the race that they were fighting against, it's black people in LA. There were huge conflict, and it's whenever I see a footage, it's like I don't want to say negatively about black people, but those black people that are living in an area like poor area, they can be very violent, and usually like Asians often get targeted too. Like that's what I hear, and I can't generalize anything, but yeah. So like hearing stuff like that, like I don't think it's a good idea for me to travel to America right now. But I have a feeling that after Trump takes power, hopefully again, then there will be years, right? And then in the meantime, hopefully he can fix the country, including stuff like that. That when the economy is better and their life changed, they will see. They will see. Like Trump doesn't have to talk. Like we will be able to see. So yeah, hopefully he can get back to the presidential seats and fix America. Right now, it's interesting though that Democrats, the DNC, when they had the convention, of course there were lots of people inside, but people are saying that there were more people outside, and it's actually leftists that are attacking Biden administration and also Kamala Harris. So, man, it's weird that I don't understand why Democrats can actually cheer on Kamala Harris, because she's the vice president right now. Whatever she wants to do, she can actually reflect that right now. Like tell that to Biden and do something about it. And if she truly has amazing policies that can make things better in America or in the world, she can do it now. She has the power, and why isn't she using that? That's the biggest question that I have. And that's the biggest question that I want Democrats to have. Like, why would they support them? But it's good because the leftists are divided, So Trump, better luck for like there's a more opportunity open for Trump, I think, because of that. Mhm. What do you think of Takayuki Kobayashi? Amazing, amazing guy. Like his ideology is probably not necessarily conservative, but his the way he thinks, is pretty conservative in our country right now, in our society. Takayuki Kobayashi he is really like extremely smart. Like you have no idea. Like he's built differently. So he knows how to approach to problems. And when you listen to him speak, you can tell that he actually has a vision. Like he sees some like a table or like the chart or something, like how when you have a meeting and you have an agenda, you usually have some like topic, and then there are some different groups. Like I don't know how to explain that in English. Like one category, and then bam, 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 some theme or topic, and then next this part is like divided to like this topic, and that sort of things. And when you listen to him, you can tell that he is like everything that is in his brain is organized, and he's explaining things one by one based on that. And I really love hearing people like that that speak. It's really, really makes you feel smart too. Oh, super chat, thank you. Kamala can't do it now, but not now is a moment, and a moment leads to new moments. Oh my gosh. I can't breathe. And we shouldn't dwell on past moments when there are moments coming in the future. Yeah, we are living in the moment, man. We were just in a moment just before this, a moment, and surprisingly, we are in a different moment. And the next, you know what's gonna happen next? Another moment. Awesome. Thank you so much for super chat. You already always crack me up. What? Midwest is nice, but maybe not that exciting for tourists. I want to go to a shooting range just to experience it. I'm a little bit scared. What if it backfires or something, or if something bad happens? But at the same time, I've played first person shooting game long enough that I am interested in how guns are structured, and I'd like to just hold it and see the bam. I want to experience that one day. And also yeah, I want to see the community though, like what it's like, just to get the vibe. But then, yeah, I guess one day might be enough though for that sort of things. I don't know. But I always see American entertainment, and it's really nice to see, like, in a community, everybody knows each other and so on. I wish I had that sort of stuff. I had that level of, community until university days. And then after that, like when you're just some random component of the society as an adult, then you kind of lose a touch. Even though you work with coworkers, it's on a job level, and you're not really building like strong relationships with others. But good, yeah, I guess I was lucky because I became very much active in politics. Am I eating my hair? In politics, I found my people and my husband. I feel like there's hair, and there isn't any. Why? Imaginary hair. Or anyway, America has a lot of land and places to explore. Yeah. It's there's this good idea of like road trip in America. America, like in Japan, we have oceans in between the islands. Even though we have bridges, it's different from America. Like America is like just bam, it's land, right? So you can just use your car, drive your car, and go to places, and it looks cool. But at the same time, I am such a hygienic person that I am scared of restrooms in America. Restrooms are one of my worst fears. So that's part of the reasons why I am reluctant to go outside, actually. And when I'm actually outside, I try not to go to restrooms as many. Like, I don't want to go to restrooms in public. I try to hold it. Because even though Japanese restrooms are way better than before, and anywhere you go, like it's urban, if it's urban area, then you'll be impressed by how clean it is. But still, sometimes I just don't want to go, right? And in America, I'm really horrified. Not to make you, not to speak ill of you, but I generally, like, when I went to Hong Kong, for example, it was awful too. It's reflected people's, like, our standards are reflected in restrooms. That's actually my belief after visiting America, Hong Kong, South Korea, India. Oh man, India. But tourist place is always good. But the real real places, I'm too scared. Huh. I like your new thumbnail on the love stream. This is a love stream. Love stream, yeah. Thank you. I should have made a thumbnail for this. I have a Kamala Harris photo actually. Did I show you last week? I generated Kamala Harris with zombies behind. What was it? Oh yeah. I should have used this photo for today. It's AI generated. See, another version. Yes. Anyway, it's been 15 minutes. 10 minutes to go. I like how clean Japan is commonly. Yeah, me too. It's getting better. When I was growing up, we still had like past generation system, so it was not pleasant. But yeah, when I was in high school, it was a public high school, but in the middle, like when I was still a student, they abruptly began construction. So do you know Japanese style toilets? When I was in elementary school, we still had that. Like you actually had to. It's not a chair style like the Western version, but Japanese style is like on the floor, and there's some hole and something around it, and then you have to like, like you have to, I don't know, crouch. Is it a word? And then like you have to bear in the position. So we had that style, and then when I was in high school, they began the construction, and it was the same school, but our toilet became Western. All of a sudden, we are like, oh, we can just sit. It was weird. Man, women's restrooms are weird. So because I have my phobia, my husband knows it very well. So whenever we see a hotel, for example, we go to restrooms so that it's more like a high class and more like cleaner, right? It's supposed to be cleaner. One day I went to this restroom in the city in Fukuoka, and it's a well-known hotel. Went there as usual, and then somehow in the toilet, like behind the toilet space, like there's a wall and there was some shelf. It's not a shelf, but there's some space that it's like wall, and then something is here, and then like you see the shape, right? And then here you can put your bag or something, right? And then what I saw was just milk. It's the size of a milk or something, like just a box, right? And then it's like coffee milk. It's a coffee milk, like a coffee with milk. And then somehow it's just there, and a couple more just left there. It was so bizarre. It was so random. It was so bizarre. Maybe somebody just threw it away. I don't know what women are thinking. Why? 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 A shooting range, Yoko. That never happened. Oh yeah, because it's a safe place. Yeah. Who doesn't love school buses? We don't have school buses here, by the way. Somebody get this woman's Snickers bar. Why? Restrooms can be gross, especially. Oh yeah, I read that. Oh, Sebastian, thank you. I have it on a good authority that if the mysterious chair moves in the background again this week, Yoko's stream extends by an hour. The chair is right there though, not behind, because I moved it beforehand. Maybe. But my super force isn't here. 椅子が背景を動いたら、ヨーコのストリームが1時間長くなるらしい。映らないよ、それ。あんた今映れない格好だから。動いたら1時間になっちゃうんだよ、もういつ。Just, I thought that you wanted to see the chairs. So. It's so tiring. Oh man. I wonder if Yoko has ever seen any of the Squatty Potty commercials. I wonder what it is. What is that? Japan is almost as haunted as England. Oh, yeah? Man, when it comes to England, what I love is some, wooden decoration and men, traditional men in England with a hat, stick, and suits and tie. And then, I don't know, they look classy. I like that sort of things. Today, not much. Western people look good in suits, they should wear that more often. Yeah. And then, but when it comes to the UK, they have good novels, of, what's the word? Detective? Or what's the word? Or detective, just detective? In private investigator, that sort of culture. It's really nice. Yeah. Once at my old house after midnight and a school bus drove by. I live in a very rural area, so it was after midnight? Ooh, spooky. Really spooky. Another hour. Here we go. If there are tons of super chat, then I will probably I won't be able to leave probably. I like to be showered with super chats, so yeah. Extra Yokohama, let's go. Oh no. Look it up on YouTube, very funny. Oh, I should see that. Okay. Any questions? I already posted this on Facebook. The Kamala zombies are probably having stroke right now. Awesome. Thank you. You have no idea. Like, seriously, you have no idea how much you are helping me. Seriously. and it's like sword chest shower. It's not super, it's sword chest shower. Bird about a stroke. Oh no! Here for the rescue. You know how Shubil Stork, like Shubil Stork, this guy. Do you know how they greet? They do this. It's not twerk, just they do this. They're African, so thank you so much. Yes. You're happy, right? Yeah, he's happy. His name is Bill because Shoe Bill Stork. But anyway, we are every day. Oh, I should look at the new one. Yeah, here too. This is about Mr. Motegi. This is about Ishiba. But they're talking about the general election candidacy. So every day we're talking about this. And it's, Otani, by the way. Otani-san! Shohei Otani. Front page. Wait, can you see? This is today's newspaper. You see Otani? Dodgers. 40-40. I have no idea about baseball, but he's been doing great. Home run 40 and stole the base 40 times. Amazing. But yeah, we are talking about our election of LDP. It's gonna happen next month, and we are going to pick a new leader. I don't belong to LDP, so I can't vote. But it consists of voters. I mean, like LDP members nationwide, and their votes matter. And together with that, the number of the supporters of National Diet members, it matters. So they do some calculation there. I don't exactly know how the system works, but yeah, they do that. So yeah, we are talking about who to pick. So we pick our leader, and then in 2 months you pick yours in America. So man, this year is such an election year, starting with Taiwan. There's a new leader that actually want independence, Taiwan independence, so that's good. And then UK had election, and then where else had Russia? Was it this year? And we are having the LDP election, and in November you guys have it. So lots of dynamics change. So Super-chan, thank you so much. Happy belated birthday. What is your favorite tradition that is unique to Japan? Favorite tradition? On a cultural level or daily level? What I really love about Japan is, of course, Shinto, our belief, our religion, because it's everything. People say, especially outsiders say that Japanese people are not religious, but we are super duper religious and very spiritual. And I am finding that our Shinto customs are very, very important, and at the same time it makes us happy. So yeah, I've been I'm getting back to my spiritual routines again. I try to meditate every day, and I have a what I call spiritual Wi-Fi there, so-called Kamidana in Japan, and it's a mini shrine at home, and we always pray to our ancestors and our gods, and It's really awesome. So what's interesting about doing this type of, like, I'm a freedom fighter and I fight against China and Russia, that are authoritarian, oppressing people, and I do that. And also my husband and I, we are proud as Japanese, like, so we visit our ancestors, or like our heroes. Like, for you it's like a heroes, those who have fought for your country, or those who have dedicated their lives to, to do what they believed in, and so on. We really respect those people, those souls from the past, and we visit their places and so on. And this one woman, we no longer talk to her, unfortunately, but there's this woman that is truly a psychic. And I didn't believe in psychics before meeting her. Like, there are like real ones, in this world. And she told me this interesting input that, in Japan, we try to, like, in religious groups, whether it's Buddhism or Christianity, we have lots of Buddhism business, here. But in our teachings, like, whichever kind the religion is, we have to look for our ancestors and make a family tree, as I said before. And it's about just knowing that those people existed before you, especially in your family line. Knowing that, by knowing that, they feel saved, right? In the world that we can see, they're still there, their energy is there. And when we find them, right, when we remember them, they feel good, right? They were humans, they of course feel good. And then they get connected with us, and that energizes us. Like, they become connected, so we feel the energy, right? And there's a path that we make by that, so they can help us, right? So what's interesting about doing these political works is that when we fight against China and Russia and talk about their those, like, certain groups of people, like Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, or in Russia there are other ethnic groups, but they are tortured. So, like, even though we are talking about the independence of the nation, of course, when we talk about independence and freedom, there are people that fought for that, like freedom, independence. When they want, there have been lots of soldiers and fighters, right, for that, and they lost their lives in the fight. And we are helping them, and we are remembering those sacrifices. So basically, we're getting connected, right? And same for our history. Like, when, like, my husband and I, we just visited this important place in Kumamoto, where hundreds of young people at the time, they fought for what they believed in. Our country was becoming more like into a Western system, and there were samurais that were fighting against them, and then they just dedicated their lives. And when they weren't able to do that, they kill themselves too, because that's what they do, and so on. So we went there and we just remembered them, and then I just felt this special connection, like, because to them, like, they are our history, but from their standpoint, they had history as well. And which is something that we, later generation, we are looking at that uh, history as well. For example, like the beginning of our country, or what happened with the Mongolian Empire, right? A long time ago, like early, like 12 something or somewhere around 1200 or so, right? The Mongolian Empire. Like they tried to come here, and then our people fought against them, and there was some divine typhoon, like kamikaze, and then they blew away those enemies, and then we were protected, and blah blah blah. And these people that we visited yesterday, those who that sacrificed their lives, for them, they saw the same like Mongolian Empire era as history, and it was really interesting. Like because we are looking at the same history, even though we were born in different times, we are proud of the same thing, and we are trying to protect Japan from the same kind of standpoint. So we are actually spiritually connected, and at the same time, we are looking at them, so they feel good, right? They lost their lives, but they fought for the good cause, and we later generation see that. So that was not in vain, and like both sides feel energized, right? So like thinking about stuff like that, I feel really mysterious things happening, and yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I like stuff like that. Sorry. Do I have to use Keigo since Yoko is 2 months older than me? Oh, you're in the same year? Cool. No, you don't have to. In Japan, if you are born in the same year or the following January to March, then you are the same grade. So the same grade people usually talk to each other without Keigo. But maybe not as adults though. If you are work buddies or something, then you talk using a polite Keigo. But by the way, yesterday, this means Harris. 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 And then Kamala Harris, and there's a poll, and then freedom. What? Patriotism emphasized. Trump in like upset, and then attacking policies. Lots of coverage about Kamala Harris. Even though America is a different country, we are very much dependent on America, and also America is the biggest country in the world, so we pay attention to the election. And they're talking about our nuclear power plants because China is still complaining. I really want to ignore China. But if we ignore though, others will follow China, like global south countries. So that's not good. But really, we need to isolate China. First, we need to divide Russia, right? Like Soviet Union collapsed, so why not Russia, right? So that's what we are doing. Oh, and then Kennedy. They're talking about Kennedy. He supports Trump now. So you see here, Kennedy withdrawing, Trump supporting Trump, and you see the picture of him. Yes. So that's good. And then now, of course, the liberal media is attacking Kennedy. So simple. Like, of course. Do you guys like Kennedy? It's really good for Trump. I hope that independent people will be influenced by this. And Hide wants the stream to keep going. Maybe. Yep. Not really. RFK got huge applause from crowd at the Trump rally Friday. Good. RFK is okay. Nutty if he thinks government will solve problems, though. Some of the stuff, but I haven't really fully listened to him, so I have no idea. But some of the things that I heard him speak on the news was weird. But whatever helps Trump is nice, don't you think? RFK is my second choice. Ooh, interesting. Cool. He cried when he spoke of the children. Oh no. What children? I'm glad he's trying to help Trump. Cool. Nice. Yeah. It's interesting that when you look at DNC, you can see that Kamala Harris cannot attract all these people. They have to bring in some famous singer or some big figure like Obama and so on. And she herself, she had to recruit, Obama's team, right? For like those who made Obama win, with strategy. I mean, like election campaign. Now Kamala Harris is using the same people. Like, can she do it herself? Trump can just stand there and people will surround him, right? Because he himself has that. He has that. But Kamala Harris, she needs to use other people. It's really sad when you look at it. FK is fine. I think he can help Trump out in the long run. My brother died at 15 years old of cancer from poisonous food. Huh? The children who are obese. Oh, I see. And cancer. Oh. And then your brother died at 15 years old of cancer from poisonous food. 15 years old cancer from いやだからキャンサーだからがんだけど食中毒なのかよくわかんないけどI am sorry for your loss そういう意味か順序がねYeah man American foods are the food industry is really bad it's affecting us too because it's Japan is a good country to export for America so your foods come here too I really want the whole system to change for the better yeah but we need to stop China though like whatever happens like we need to stop China they're the devil in this world they're behind every bad thing seriously like they're gigantic right and they have people and they know how to steal things too and really bad like they are like the cancer of the world like supporting North Korea, Iran, and all these other countries, Russia too. They are supporting other countries like that and that are harming us. Yeah. I hope that Trump gets in so that we can actually get to the real problem. China is behind everything. So once he's back in the White House, then we can tackle the real problem, and that's easier. Other problems, we have all these other problems in the world, but if China shrinks or collapses, then it will naturally solve itself, right? So protecting the food supply should be of the utmost importance. Yeah. Right now in Japan, we hear that we don't have rice. Some odd things is going on, and people are saying that we don't have enough rice, but we do see rice. I don't know what's going on. I haven't looked into it, but I guess that the world is coming to a point where we can learn from all the mistakes that we've made, how to have a good structure in a society and so on. Each country has learned the lesson, I feel. For us, though, I really hope that our next prime minister will be a smart kind, that can tackle economic security and so on. So either Takayuki Kobayashi or Sanae Takaichi would be cool. And they could, with what they have, like knowledge-wise, I bet that they can help Trump as well. So it would create a good team. So there's a lot of lobbyist interest in the FDA that keeps chemicals in some unhealthy food items that make them addictive. Oh yeah, RFK and his running mate were making that a campaign issue. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's really it, right? Like it's a chemical. It's like they have their math. I know what you're talking about. It's the same here. It's very addictive, and they calculate it well. So it's interesting though, because it's an addiction. For example, like I used to eat like a whole bag of chocolate when I was younger, almost every day. Like it's a family size pack, and I can eat the whole thing, and I crave for it. Now I don't. I don't need it. It's so weird. Once you're out of that, like when you cut it completely, then you don't really crave for it. But when you are having it, you get addicted and you just keep eating it. Yeah. We'll repeat our mistakes at no assume until there are no more humans. Man, what's gonna happen to us? I was watching yesterday we watched another movie. It was called Geostorm. Is it Geostorm? And they had a scene where there are lots of rockets, but they're aligned like planes, at airports. So there is a rocket, but the like plane shaped thing is attached to the rockets. So basically they can just fly into the space like they are flying now at airports. So that was an interesting picture to see, because that's where we are going in the future, I think. So yeah, just reminding me of that. They found water though somewhere. Which planet was it? They found water recently. Man, what's gonna happen to our future? But again, the Earth is still amazing. China is making they are harming the Earth. They keep complaining about Japan, like Fukushima disaster and so on. China keeps attacking us still, but they are actually harming the Earth way more than we do, and it's on a different level. We need to do something about it. If we stop China, seriously, even the environmental issues will be probably either solved or things will get better. Was it Mars? Maybe, yeah. I think so. Kasei. Yeah, probably Mars. Yeah, it's Mars. Like underneath 10 kilometers. I know that you guys don't use kilometers, but yeah. It's such a great discovery. I don't want humans to get on the moon. But Mars, I'm like, okay. Moon is very sacred for us, In Japan, we have a fairy tale saying that on the moon, rabbits live. Rabbits live on the moon because when you look at the moon's surface from here, at least we can see a rabbit shape on the moon. And so I really don't want humans on that planet, Is it a planet? I was not listening to that sort of class when I was younger. The EU has banned over 1,600 products that we use in the USA just in cosmetics. Wow. Well, yeah, one thing I can say is that even though on a food level, we are probably not much different from America. Still better, but we have toxic foods as well. However, what I hear often is that the level of chemicals that Americans use is way higher than we do. For example, like when I went to the haircut place, haircut place, I was talking about like dyeing my hair and so on. And oh yeah, I was actually talking about my dad. my dad is old now, so he's losing hair and he's using some like Japanese products, And then I told him about it. Like, what do you think? Like, does it really work? Like with what you can get at grocery store and so on. They sell hair products as well. My dad buys one and then use it, and the guy that always cut my hair, he's like, it's not gonna work. But if you truly want it, then he should try the ones in the US. And he had the example of bleaching your hair, hair color, like you get rid of your hair color, some Japanese people want to dye it to blonde or silver or whatever, right? And our is it bleach, right? Our bleach doesn't work as good as America. Why? Because there are safety standards of us that is very strict. But in America, the numbers are different, and they have more like stronger stuff in the US. So my guy was saying, like, no, people should just use American, but you might lose all your hair or something like that. I don't know if he was joking or not, but his point was that American products are really strong. Maybe because our bodies are different, but could be because who knows. So yeah, gotta be careful. Anyway, I've been talking for an hour and a half and I should probably go. We say hair salon or a beauty salon? Okay, I'll go with hair salon or beauty salon. I asked that when I was in university. The American guy that I was talking to, I actually asked him what to call it. I did say like hair salon or beauty salon probably, because that's the direct translation. And my friend at the time told me to say haircut place. Oh, maybe he lied, or maybe he's just not well educated. I don't know. You can make your own bleach? That sounds dangerous. Cool though. I mean, it's all chemicals, so you can probably do it. Man, recently I made my own pizza. That was great. But I want to make a better version soon. I gotta get used to making pizza. Oh, anyway, speaking of pizza and food, I should go eat. This woman needs fuel. It's 6 p.m. Oh no. I gotta go. First mistake, asking a man about haircuts. That's a good point. In Japan, we have a typical situation, when girlfriend or wife asks a man, their boyfriend or husband, asks them like, do you notice anything? Nobody, like, they don't notice the difference, like first, usually like girls just notice, right, when a guy with a different hairstyle comes in, like, oh, you cut your hair, right? Like we notice instantly. And guys, even if we say like, oh, do you notice something, they're like, oh, what? So that's a common thing here. Oh, another super chat. Thank you. Happy birthday, Yoko. Enjoy this sewer chat. We broke Bird up. Oh no. See you next week. Thank you, sewer chat. We broke him. Oh no. We broke Bird up. Oh no. But we will talk again next week, okay? Thank you so much for all your super chat and the wonderful comments. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. I'm so happy that even though I came in late, I'm so glad that I was able to have this stream and talk to you. I had a really great time. Can you say goodbye to us like we were an elderly Japanese person before you go? How? I would say, ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。Spout many times. Or maybe if we're old, we have to probably scream like, hey, we are going, okay? Huh? Yeah. Okay. 配信ありがとう。ありがとうございました。Thank you so much. Oh, Petra, guest out. Thank you so much for your super chat. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Go away now or no? Like, bam. Yes, I gotta go. Yeah, I could stay forever, but I shouldn't. I should go eat. Thank you, guys. Have a good day or good night, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We will get together again next week, okay? So be well until next time. And just see you next week. Have some rice. I will. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. See you.